This video is for Mr. J Box. Like, I have really been listening to your music and I really enjoy your music. So I just have a question for you. I've been listening to your music. It's called Evidence, and I love the song. I love the words to the music. But I do have a question for you. So in the song, you're singing, I have no worries. I give it all to Jesus. He can take care of every burden. And then you go on to say in the middle of the song, but one thing I know is that he'll never leave you stranded.
Yeah.
So the question that I have, because as you're singing the song, I can hear it in your voice. Like, you are very confident. I have no worries. I give it all to Jesus.
Give it all to Jesus. Yeah.
He can take care. I hear it in your voice. So I'm like, wow, give it all to Jesus. He can take care of every burden. But then you say, but one thing I know is that he'll never leave you stranded. So I just want to know, because I can feel it in your voice while you're singing the song. Like, do you have any testimonies, or has there ever been times in your life where he has not left you stranded? Because I love it when you sing in the song, but one thing I know, like, you're certain that he'll never leave me stranded. So do you have any testimonies? Like, is there ever a time that, that you thought he would have left you stranded, or that you felt stranded, but he never left you stranded? So I just had to ask that. I said, if I ever met this artist one day, thank God, I have the pleasure of meeting you or knowing who you are. I never met you in person, but I watch your videos all the time. So if you could just answer that question, because I want to know, like, you sound so confident in the video. You sound so motivated. Like, what is the, God will never leave you stranded. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Okay, so Lady D, I want to say thank you first of all for this opportunity. It's a rare one to be here, and like I would always say, it is one thing to put out sound, yeah, irrespective of what you're doing. I would say sound because I do music, yeah. It is one thing to put out what you're doing, and then it's another thing for the right people who are supposed to consume what you're doing to consume it. You know what I mean? So I want to say thank you for the opportunity. I have a lot of stories to tell, so many testimonies to share. And the truth is, if we ask everybody, even the people who would say they don't believe in God, if you ask them, they know that there is something inside of them that would let them know that there are some things that has happened in their life that wasn't ordinary. But I would say that my life is like a movie, and every scene, every moment has been scripted by God. What I do right now is I just flip the pages, because everywhere that I turn, I find Him. That's the truth. Before I take a move or before I take a step, God always goes ahead of me. This is my personal testimony. I have a lot of stories about this, but I'm going to share one specific testimony. While I was still in school, in college, while I was still in university, in my final year, I had academic issues. I would say academic crisis, because trust me, I knew it was going to take a hard time to get through that challenge. But this is what happened. Before the issues came up, I recorded a song, Miracles. So I got invited by one church. It was a Redeemed church back in Benin City, Nigeria. I was invited as a guest because a lot of people like the song. So someone invited me, I want you to come to this song. We're having a concert. And this is what happened during that concert. The guest minister, I had no idea, absolutely no idea. I haven't even shared this testimony before. He was a lecturer, not just a lecturer, he was the dean of the Faculty of Management Science. I was in social science. So social science and management science were like, we share the same block in the University of Benin, I don't know about now, but back then we shared the same block, and I think it's still the same. So when I was done ministering the song and he was done preaching, he called me and he was like, J-Vox, you are a superstar. Now I'm not saying this because we're having an interview yet. And he told me something. He said, I know how to spot superstars, and when I say that you're a superstar, believe me. He didn't even tell me who he was. I had no idea. So I was like, oh, thank you, sir. I like your song. I like that song, Miracles. You know what? I'm going to be taking you out when I'm going out for ministration. You would follow me. I want you to do the song. And he gave me so many opportunities. Most times, when he's going out to minister and he asked me to go up before him to do the song, I can't even count how many times. Alright, but that's not what I want to talk about. So this was God going ahead of me because I was going to have issues and crises in school. Yeah, you know, I said God always goes ahead of me. So that word, he never leaves me stranded. I'm just trying to wrap you around this story. You get me? So he invited me to his office. I went to his office. That was when I now realized that, oh, okay, there's actually a lecturer, and not just a lecturer, but the dean of management science. Like, how? Now, my final year, he paid my tuition, he paid my rent, he literally sustained me in school. He was sending me money, you know, and he told me something. He was like, J-Vox, if you have any issue with your academics, tell me. I know all your lecturers. I will reach out to anybody who gives you any issue in school. I looked at myself like, who am I to to have this? If you're watching this video and you're from my department, economics and statistics, you will understand what I was saying and what I'm saying. It's not an easy department, trust me, not an easy department. And I just had it on the platter. This was God going ahead of me. I'm telling you, so undeserving. I never expected this to happen. So, and there are so many testimonies like this that I can go on and share. But I'll tell you for a fact that I've watched my life and I know God is always ahead of me. There are times that I've made moves. I was scared while I made some moves. Yeah, I just realized that okay, I wasn't supposed to be afraid because God was already ahead of me. You know, just like the scripture that says, if our faith is as small as the size of a mustard seed, we can say to this mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, and it's going to happen. So if we want to reverse that statement, we would say that if your fear is as small as the size of a mustard seed, if you speak to a mountain, it won't move. You get me? So there are times that I've made moves with faith and doubt at the same time. You know, it happens to us most times, yeah? You have so much faith, you believe, all right? But still, amidst that faith is one tiny little fear. What if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't go the way I want? You see, that little fear can crash everything that you have believed. You know, God always goes ahead of me. I've seen it so many times, not one, not two times, not even three times, countless times. But this is the story, yeah, that I just want to share with you, to let you know that I've seen my life unfold. I've seen my life unfold before my very eyes in so many different ways that I cannot even explain. And God never leaves me stranded. And I mean, this is an encouragement to you. If you're watching this video right now, if you look at your life, you will know there's so many things you've been able to do, you've been able to accomplish. You know, if it were to be by your own strength and power, trust me, you wouldn't have been able to achieve none of them. So God never leaves us stranded. It is a confession. It is an affirmation. So you can actually utilize these words every day. You can wake up and say, God never leaves me stranded. And the more you say it, the more you see your life unfold before your very eyes. And thank you so much for your time. And Lady D, I really want to thank you again for the opportunity to be able to do this interview with you. Thank you, everybody. Still your favorite man, JVox, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at JVox, at Spotify, YouTube, Amazon. I mean, any store at all you'll be able to
God
find
will
me.
never leave you stranded. Can we just talk about that for a second?